Why does it feel like everyone who's Gen Z is going to Japan, is planning to go to Japan, or has gone to Japan in the recent future? It feels like every time I catch up with somebody or I open my Instagram or social media app or whatever, some other person that I know has gone to Japan. And I think there are legitimate reasons why. I'm going to talk about that in this video. The primary reason what it funnels down into is the fact, or my belief, that Japan represents order as a sanctuary. It's the idealistic representation of order, at least for people who are Gen Z who live in the West, where we experience an influx of chaos on a daily basis. We have grown up with several economic crises, a pandemic, political instability. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Japan feels like a system that actually works, and feels is the key word. The trains run on time, the political systems are predictable, the streets stay clean. Hell, like people carry trash bags with them everywhere to clean the streets. And for Gen Z, drowning in political chaos, economic instability, and just algorithmic noise from our devices, predictability isn't oppressive, it's a relief. Japan, from an outsider's point of view, represents a place where collective responsibility creates peace and not just rules for rules' sake. Japanese tech development feels purposeful and curated, whereas our experience with technology is something that is done onto us. It's not really in service of us. We experience constant updates, forced obsolescence, apps we did not even ask for. They choose their future, and we're just trying to survive ours. My next point is going to be on anime, and I'm a little biased because I am a personal anime fan, and I can probably make an entire video talking about the specifics of anime. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to talk about how it acts as another attractant to people to Japan, and it comes down to anime being like an emotional escape and acting as a lever for nostalgia for people in the West. I'm not talking about nostalgia in terms of our childhood. I'm talking about nostalgia for a reality, whether it's existed or not, that feels legible. Anime, as a medium of storytelling, has clear storylines, identifiable emotions, beauty, and mundane moments. And this doesn't apply to all anime, it's mainly for like slice of life type of stuff. But in contrast to your typical Western animation, this is definitely the case and applies to most anime, I'd say. Anime gives you a narrative coherence that's clearly defined. And when our actual lives feel fragmented and meaningless, things like Studio Ghibli and like those slice of life, I can't speak, those slice of life anime uh, gives you a sense of control. Popular anime and things like Studio Ghibli, the protagonists in these movies and in these shows, they find purpose through simple living, simple acts. In fact, Japan as a culture, they place a lot of value in their natural landscapes. They're a secular country, nation at large, but they still view their natural landscapes as sacred. They place a lot of value in them. Meanwhile, we're paralyzed by infinite chaos and seemingly infinite choice. Why are Gen Z going to Japan in waves? It's not because they're tourists. Well, they are tourists technically, but they're refugees from chaos. They seek proof that order and beauty can coexist, and they seek that through Japan, ultimately, an escape. That's it for this video. I wanted to make something different. I'm gonna change the schedule of how often I post because I got other goals this year, but I just wanted to make this one for the end of the year. I appreciate who's watching this. Do all the YouTube stuff, leave a comment, like whatever. If you don't want to, it's okay. Join my newsletter. I make a bunch of other creative stuff if you're curious about it. But yeah, peace.